G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are out here in beautiful York. We've got the 450, fresh, pristine, she's ready to go. We just put a new chain and sprocket on her, just done the fork seals, some fresh grips as well. Yeah, the 450, she's looking good, and it's actually gonna be her first time out here at York. So I come to this track quite regularly. It's a free track out here in WA. And hey, look, for a free track, it's pretty damn good. It's a couple of decent little jumps, and it's just a good time out here. So it's gonna be the second time we're on this bike. First time out here at York, just gonna see how this thing jumps, how it sort of handles more of a MX style track. And I'm really looking forward to it. Previously, we took this out for first impressions in Pinjarra. If you wanna see that video, click the pop-up banner right here. And it really impressed me, man. It's got some speed. So without further ado, guys, let's fire up the old girl, head out onto York. Sounded good. Yeah, this bike is a lot different than my YZ. Let's see what we can do. There we go. Yep, as I suspected, third gear is like third gear in this bike is so strong. Like, it's crazy because to do that on my RMZ450, I'm basically in fifth. Like, I can do it in fourth, but it's more comfortable in fifth. This bike, third gear, man, just crack the throttle a little. Soaring, she's sailing, man. That's why that's what the benefit is really of having a 450. It's just less changing gears, which I like. Oh man, it's slippery. And it feels nice in the air though. It does feel nice in the air. Oh shit. Yo, that got my heart rate going, boy. Jesus Christ, I almost lost it there. I almost lost it there, boy. That was a hold on and find out. I need a break. Jesus. Hey, bro.
Whip, bro, whip.
I can't do a whip, bro. Not on purpose, anyway. Oh, shit. That was sketchy. I started off all right. First couple of times, and then I sort of fucked up that first jump. And then I sort of just, I wasn't gripping the bike clearly hard enough with my legs. And yeah, that was messy. That was definitely messy. Fuck. She's a lot more of a bike to handle, I'll tell you that much. Oh yeah, boot is completely full of water. Yep, nice. Now I've been having trouble trying to dial the front end on this bike. It's it just seems so washy. I mean, it's slick conditions today. There's water out on the track, obviously, but it just, yeah, it's not like hooking into the ground for me, and it's sort of like just like sliding, man. Gives me not a lot of confidence today. You know, previously the first time I tested this bike, I didn't really have any issues, I thought. I mean, we weren't going as fast as here, and it was, you know, not as much of a motocross track, but man, it's like you can really sort of, even just coming up to like a slight turn in on coming up to a face, and like you just feel like the front's like almost like chattering, you know, and it's uneasy feeling. So I think the rebound maybe is too much, so I might back off the rebound now. So I wound the rebound up, now I'm gonna back it back off and just see, like, yeah, and when I jump it feels like it's nice and it's compacting how I would expect. Like, I don't feel like it's overly harsh or anything, but it's the little stuff. It's more the little stuff and just kind of coming in, or if you're just running into a rut, like it really wants to slide out because it's not like the suspension doesn't seem to be engaging. It's initially not wanting to come on, but when you're doing a big jump or something, it does engage nicely. More work to do. Oh, it's that front end wash though, dude. It is a little bit slippery today with all the mud, but it feels way, front end just feels so slippery. Like, really slippery, unfortunately. Oh, I just gotta, man, this bike makes you nervous. I'll tell you what, like, it's a handful compared to a 250. It is a handful, especially on a rough track. It's pretty rough, this track today. It hasn't been proved in months. But man, it's like, yeah, just that front end is quite washy. I don't have a lot of confidence in my front. And because it's like so much stronger than my 250, you know, you're going way faster even in first gear, so it's like harder to navigate that wash. The back spring doesn't feel too bad. Yes, you really got to be dialed straight when you're going through this really soft, wet, muddy stuff. this bike, you can't ride it slow, that's the thing. Like if you want to sort of just cruise on it, it doesn't really want you to. You gotta be balls to the wall all the time. One thing I'll say on the 250, you can sort of have a little bit more of a, I want to say, a relaxing ride, especially well, when it's rough like this. You know, look, we were on a groom track or we were at a paid track. You know, you're gonna have all this power that you probably want. If it's a smooth track, you probably have a lot more fun on this, but when it's a bit rougher, you sort of just get used to it. You gotta be careful on this thing, bro. Yeah, front end still needs to be dialed a little bit. And the weight of this thing, it's fucking heavy. Whew. Definitely feel it in the arms a lot more on this bike too. So that's really where it comes, especially when you're on a rougher track and you gotta hold on to this thing. You gotta have your strength up, that's for sure. Soft little kick. What is going on, man? The back end just kicked out again there a bit, so I feel like my posture and everything was pretty good on that. Maybe I'm just hitting a bad line. I don't know, it felt better when I was going over the bumps that the back tire was sitting there, but then it was kicking out a bit. Kicking out really. It's a hard, like on that rough, as rough as it is today, that is a lot harder of a machine to ride well. I'm definitely faster on my 250, but I'm more comfortable on the 250. Yeah, just it's pretty gnarly at speed, like jumping this stuff, like the rear end's kicked out on me a couple of times. I'm gripping the bike, but heavier bike, I might have to grab more, you know, because probably be a little bit smoother maybe on my takeoff, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. All right, so welcome back. And for the last, I want to say 2 hours, I've been trying to dial the suspension, and not easy. It's a rough track too, so I'm sort of really straining it, but yeah, either the front's too stiff or the back's too stiff or the back's too soft and the front's too stiff. The front's too stiff usually, but then yeah, I'm trying to balance out the back shock with it. Well, we're gonna give it one more ride and then probably that'll be it for today. Arms are about to give out on me, and I do have to get back home, so this video is meant to be probably something else, but it is what it is. Definitely getting better. It's just I'm starting to run out of talent to manhandle this thing after all this testing. Whew, and I had a couple of close calls.
on this jump today, which I usually never do. Yeah, I was fully sort of, I was fully doing a whir sideways in the air. Just gassed it on the landing, and thank God I didn't high side it. But yeah, that's the thing, the difference. Like, I don't know, the first time I rode this bike, it didn't, the imperfections didn't show up as much. It's definitely geared, like I would like it to be geared a little slower on at first, to be honest. Like, it's a little bit too much. And then when you just give it a little bit, it just sort of really wants to lift the front end. And obviously that's where I'm sort of getting that washout feeling, I think. So obviously I could stiffen the back spring, which I've been sort of trialing to help that, which I'll probably try again. But on this soft stuff, it has been feeling better. Has been feeling better. There we go. Yeah, when you start speeding it, it does. You do get, I don't know if you can see that, you do get a little bit of shake, which tells me that I've either got too much rebound or not enough rebound. But yeah, one or the other. But I feel like I'm playing in the middle, so I've still got to fine tune that. But I mean, it does feel better over some of these smaller bumps than it did this morning. And yeah, finally jumping that jump again. It's just, yeah, it's such a rough track, man. That's a nice landing. Now, if I'm with this bike, you've got to really be on the gas tank, or it does, you really need your weight on the front end of this thing, which, again, I think it's due to the fact that it is stiff. The front end of this bike is stiff. There's no question. I don't think it's not usable. I think if you're a pro level rider or a pro am or something, you know, of course you're probably going to change this suspension out anyways. Well, even I reckon we just, you know, revalve, get it to a suspension check. I feel like it's usable. I'm not the biggest guy, so if you're heavier than me, it's definitely usable. I'm about 80 kg. It is a little bit choppy, but I didn't have commitment on that one. I didn't like the line that was going. But yeah, it's starting to get a bit of a kicker on that lip finally. All the rain. Oh, I think I'm done though. I think I'm done. Look, there's gonna be a lot more content on this bike coming. Second time I've ridden it, first time with the proper, had a proper, you know, mini MX track here, York. Incredibly rough conditions today. Suspension is definitely better. Yeah, almost lost it again there. It's not perfect though. The front end is just, yeah, it's a little bit. Really, again, got to be right up on that gas tank. But over those bumps, it feels fine. You get it through this little whoopee section too, and the back wheel stays on. Not too bad. A little bit shit through there, but it's pretty savage. It's just this slippery, like, the slippery turny shit is like, it's full on this bike. But 9 times out of 10, you know, you're not going to be riding in this kind of a situation. But yeah, it's this bike is stupidly fast, even though they reckon it's the slowest bike. It's not slow at all, and it's, yeah, it's that peak power. You know, it just comes on so much down low. Like top end, you don't ride this at the top end. Like you short shift this bike, and you get that middle throttle, sort of like you want to stay in that middle power band. And when you are, this thing is just like you're fighting to keep the front wheel down. So yeah, that's probably another reason why I'm trying to sit at up the gas tank so much, and you know, like trying to loosen off the front end because it's in the air all the time. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, unfortunately this isn't a full review. I still say go buy it, but yeah, it is heavy. Oh, oh my God. Make no mistake, this is a heavy ass bike. It tires you out lifting it on and off. Like that's probably the most tiring thing of the bike. I mean, obviously you got to hold on to it out there, and it is a heavy bike. That's why you really got to try and get the suspension dialed in first, because if you don't, it does become tiring to ride. And yeah, when it's, you know, you've got that much weight, that much power, and the power is like on, it wants to be moving. Like it doesn't want to go under 10 kilometers per hour. You know what I mean? Like you sort of, on these really bumpy, ruddy sections, unless you're a pro and you're just sending it down, it can be intimidating for someone who's getting on the first time on a 450 or first time on a bigger bike, even if you're just not that good of a rider yet. But we are in one piece. We didn't drop the bike. We had a couple of close calls today, which I wasn't happy about, but we did manage to keep the bike upright. So that's a win. So we're gonna pack it up and yeah, trade back home.